at Snowflake and give us an example of a program you'd like to highlight that you're enabling this ecosystem.
Yeah, thanks, Luke. I've got dozens, but I'll focus on one that I think is probably one of the coolest. Fraud, waste, and abuse is a massive problem in the federal government across
Absolutely.
every agency, every vertical. Everybody has to be conscious of it, look out for it, and handle it in the best way possible. And healthcare is no exception to that vertical. We've had a couple of customers over the years, large healthcare providers that want to eliminate as much fraud, waste, and abuse in their billing systems as they possibly can. And the world's largest healthcare provider is now on board as a Snowflake customer doing exactly that. But what's cool about it, it's not necessarily that it's done, it's how it's done. In the past, you would have something happen to you, you'd file a claim, and then at some point in the future, there would be a payout or payback. In the new modern world where we're building with this customer, we've got 50 other payers, providers that are then taking their records of what happened and how it happened, and they're sending it off into that central repository so that it can all be looked at by one person at one time. So, for example, we talk in cybersecurity all the time about two people trying to log in from two different places at the same time. Impossible, right? Can't happen. So this is a lot the same thing. You can't have a knee replacement in Florida and California at the same exact time. But if you have to do that, if you put both of those claims in today, they will both be paid out, and then we have to claw the money back. Why? Just use data sharing. When you see that transaction on the West Coast and you see it on the East Coast, we now know that it's not possible because it's in the same place. We can tell that. We can't build patterns if we don't have the data. But what's really great about modern IT modernization and cloud technologies is that the same data that is then collated for fraud, waste, and abuse purposes can then be sort of obfuscated and abstracted quite a bit, but then offered up in a single source of data to research institutions that want to understand sickness and endemic diseases in the United States. Snowflake was very successful doing this as part of the CDC's efforts with COVID-19 in the state of California. We've also been very, very successful in data sharing for research purposes related to COVID. So sort of all in one, it's the fraud, waste, and abuse, it's data collaboration, it's all of that great stuff all in one topic, Luke.